Athlete Andrew Pierce, hailing from a small town in South Jersey, defied all odds stacked against him. From midget league tight end to record-setting running back of the University of Delaware's Blue Hens, he entered into the NFL draft, only to learn that his journey towards his dream had just begun. This is the story of Andrew Pierce.
Andrew Parrish is somebody that's hardworking, dedicated, and passionate about everything he does. He wants the most out of everything he does. He wants the most for other people around him. He wants the best for other people around him. And this is Andrew Pierce. You know, it was times where we didn't have heat in the house, and that was because, you know, we just couldn't pay the bill that month, and we had to use kerosene heaters to heat the house up. So like, that was something that, you know, I was always instilled in me as a young kid. Like, I didn't always have everything that I wanted. I didn't always have everything that I needed, but at the end of the day, my parents loved me and made sure that I was taken care of and made sure that they wanted the best for me each and every time that I went out and played sports, in school, anything.
This is where I lived at for 22 years. Tips Trailer Park, a lot of good memories. A lot of memories that I'll never forget. You know, this is where it all started as far as I was born in this and grew up here. A lot of stuff happened over here in this field. This is where I learned and honed my skills of playing football and running the football and with no pads on, tackling each other every day till the lights came on.
I was going to college and I was working, and it was really hard, you know, having to get him to practices and things like that, and that's when his grandfather stepped in and took over some of that from me.
At the same time, I wanted a house. I wanted something that I could call home, that I could run around side to side in the house and not hit the walls. So it's something that motivates me every day when I ride past here from work. You know, I gotta keep working.
My grandpa been through a lot. I know as a kid, he didn't have much, and my grandpa made it to every single football game that I played in. And he, in 2005, when I was a freshman in high school, he got prostate cancer, and he was able to fight through that for 2 years and able to get over that. And that was something that was always, you know, in me. He always made it to every game, even though he was going through the therapies and things like that.
And I said, "How bad do you want this bench?" He said, "Well, you got work for me?" I said, "Yeah, I got work for you. I want you to cut the grass for me and work in the yard for me. I think the bench was $75. I said, "I want you to give me 7 work days every Saturday or whenever you can to cut the grass and stuff." He said, okay, Grandpapa, I'll do that." And he did it. And me and him got his workbench. And he was tickled to death over his workbench. And I said, "See, you worked for that. I didn't give that to you." I'm gonna say, and I'll tell you, there was some time when people keep giving you stuff, you don't quite appreciate it that much. But when you work for something, you're gonna appreciate it better because you worked for that. He said, yeah, he says, and he did take care of that workbench.
Old school used to be there. Shoot, we used to play football in the front and in the back. And over here used to be a big field. We used to play football over here. We used to play all the sports, kickball, soccer, everything. You know. Then they just built it up to a new school now. I've been in there a couple times. I actually spoke at one of the graduations, the 8th grade graduations there. So that was a good honor for me to go back and, you know, talk to the kids about, you know, how hard it is and how hard you got to work to get where you need to be and get to college and things like that. So this is where it all started as far as, you know, school for me and going up to the next level in high school. So.
Andrew Pierce surpassed many achievements. One major achievement he surpassed was becoming the all-time leading rusher at the University of Delaware.
He pretty much started playing ball when he was, the first thing he played was baseball, and he started out when he was 5 years old. He played t-ball.
Hey, let's run it.
We'd give him this ball, and he wanted me to play ball with him all the time. I'd play so much ball, I get tired of playing ball. And we played ball until, I don't know. And if we was to play a game with this ball, he had to win all the time. See, he had to win. So sometimes I would just let him win so I could quit, you know.
Good job. Let's keep working up front, man. Let's beat up front. Let's go, Blue. Go get it. Hey, we gotta pick it up, y'all.
My name is Ira. They call me Coach Red. Met Andrew back in 2003. I was his midget league football coach for 2003 and 2004.
This is where we first started at, where I first started at, you know, with football and where I came to love the game. Started on this field.
We were full of running backs, and he happened to move up. Being a first year, you usually go with the kid that been there from before. Right. So he filled right in at tight end and made a lot of spectacular plays for us at that position. Okay. Willing to do whatever it was for the team to help him win. So he was a coach's dream to start out with. His last year with us, we won a championship game, and throughout the game, a few individuals got hurt, and we turned to Andrew to listen. At halftime, you're gonna have to carry us to the end.
And I ran the football maybe 40 times in that second half, and was able to, you know, bring us a championship.
And when he did, and just his enjoyment and his spirits at the end of that game, he actually shed a tear. And for him to be such tough of an individual he is, to see him tear at that moment and say, "Coach, we did it." I tease him to this day. You're not as tough as you think you are on the outside as you are on the inside.
He fell in love with football. That was a challenge to him. So he just decided, you know, he was going to put his all in football.
All day, he makes sure he eats right. He's going out training, like pretty much 7 days a week. He's working 10 times harder, doing everything he can.
He's a kid that has the hardest work ethic that I ever seen. Not only in a young man, but in a grown man now. I told him previous times, if I ever had his work ethic, we would have never met.
They might be booked and can read and tell you something, but ain't nobody can tell you better than somebody who actually lived it.
You know, family members and everybody, they knew that was the next step that I was going to do. I was going into the draft, and I was going to go try and chase my dream of playing in the NFL.
I felt his pain, and I felt like, you know, he actually, you know, he went out. I remember him going outside with his brother and, you know, they both sat on the picnic table, you know, just talking, and, you know, I let him have his space, but I could tell that he was really hurt.
I know he was feeling like, wow, you know, I've done all of this, and I'm still not getting that opportunity.
For Andrew Parrish to make it and to actually become successful and actually go professional and be able to play at the level that I know that he can play in the NFL, it would mean so much to these kids because it actually give them hope.
Something worthwhile is never easy. So meaning, if you want something bad enough, it's never going to be an easy road to get there. Well, success to me is, you know, taking care of my family, taking care of everybody around me, and just motivating people to, you know, continue to work hard, to never give up on their dreams.
Martin Luther King Jr. stated, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy."